Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Advanced Wars by Web replay. Spawn bottom right side is the Yellow Comet Sasha. We got MechDonalds. Spawn top left side is the Cobalt Ice Hawke. We got fluhfie, I think. Either way, let's get started. This is a 3-base map, 1 airport, no seaports, 2 comm towers, so 1 for each player. Both players do start with initial spotting black boat here, which will be displaced by a simple artillery piece unit there, which could take time to clean up these pipe seams as well. This one's I see pretty common break-in. I think this one's not as common, but still pretty nice. It will help reduce the exit time of out of this base here by 1 forest down to a plane, which is better for tracked vehicles, and good for wheeled vehicles as well. I apologize, I'm going to need to adjust my microphone a brief moment. I have a bit of a windshield in front of my microphone because I put a lot of air into my words. And we do have initial tank by Hawke. And Sasha goes for her own tank as well. Sasha, of course, gets plus 10% income, while Hawke does have plus 10% firepower. We got 12,100 versus 8,000. That extra income is going to be very useful. Able to pump out a decent amount of extra tanks thanks to it. Another tank deployed out over here. Now this infantry unit will likely get interrupted against this tank. Sasha's putting this tank up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if this tank does strike this infantry unit there, this tank will retaliate. Not as well as a Kindle tank, but it will do just fine. And looks like he does decide... Ooh, look at that precise movement there. See this? This keeps it out of this infantry's vision range, which is this. So this was a stealth deployment to that tank, into that forest there. Very nice. Additionally, this player probably did count the number of tiles where a likelihood of a tank would be after all. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that one must become over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So possibly a tank could be here or here. In this case, and push forward right here is the farthest, and then in range of getting back on top of that city if it would be interrupted. Hawke, of course, was smart enough to put the tank in a good stealth position there. This tank was not revealed and went this way, so it was out of vision range entirely. So Hawke still has no eyes on his tanks. The best thing he could do is to keep this idle in this forest, but it's not a perfect option. Because after all, if an infantry unit spots it, it will get double tap, possible double tap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, nope, it looks like this tank's out of range. This tank would be in range. So this infantry unit may try to scout out the forest, or may not. A lot of capturing properties there. Both sides capture the comm tower. The tank does interrupt the capture up here. This tank appears to be out of range. The reinforcement tank's a bit far away. And likely, and the reason why Sasha went for the tank on this factory here, because the black boat does spot this nearby tile as well, so I just forgot when I was counting tiles there as well. So there is a guesstimate if Sasha was trying to do a self-deployment. It's that infantry unit there, and start the flip. Do a flip! You have a recon here, double recon by Sasha. Hawke's artillery is going behind to displace this pipe seam from existing. Remove it from its existence because it's a crime for it to exist. Does spot the tank there. And does spot both of these tanks in a moment. Takes out a couple of infantry units there. Some consolation prize. This recon could be retaliated upon. Of course, Sasha just keep her vision or units out of the vision range of the tank. And if the tank does strike the recon, it will be a good trade for Sasha. Hopefully Hawke does not take the bait, because it seems like a pretty obvious bait. Even if it's not obvious bait, if it was planned to be bait, it can at least still give a good cover. Turn your disadvantage into advantage. Does take out the recon there with a tank of a different tank on top of the city there. Takes up the pipe scene there, and now got these tanks now push way forward. Got a very good core of tanks here. 5, technically 6 include this one here is there. And 2 more tanks on the field by Hawke. And a bit of a gamble for both players, not going for a anti-air, because the chance of battlecopter is ever so likely. Sasha could, with our cast vision, we know battlecopter would be very nice. Of course, that's with cast vision. We have 20/20 vision. These players do not. Recon, artillery mech, 7,000 in the bank, with 20,000 in income. There could be a Neo tank next turn. Neo tank costs 22, leaving approximately 5,000 left over. So a lot of possibilities. Maybe bomber, and have a bit of fun. A bomber right now will probably be on a little bit overkill side. Well, I can't blame anybody for going for bomber, because bombers are good. Speaking about battlecopters, we got now a Hawke battlecopter. Recon interrupts the flip. Doesn't think nothing, you know, way has 4 captured partners remaining. So even that's 1 health, again, short amount of time, will clear that. Mech and artillery double taps the pipe scene there. That's interesting. It is fitting that Sasha goes for mechs. After all, MechDonalds. And we do have medium tank recon anti-air. I thought it was going to be something a little bit heavier. We do now have the market crash available. Maybe she didn't go for bomber because the black boat would spot it. Tank, infantry. There goes the pipe seam. Medium tank can get out of there. And that also means a stealth deployment by the medium tank. After all, the medium tank here would move the same distance, but would be spotted. And putting a medium tank over here is just going to be very painful. Sasha has gone for anti-air to counter out any possible battlecopters, which there's of course 1 in the field. We may see a market crash by the end of this turn. She could. It's Hawke's power and or superpower. Hawke should, if he has the opportunity to deploy out his power, he should deploy out his power, because market crash is going to be nearly guaranteed. There's a market crash there. Risk the turn or deploy it. I think deploying was a good call by Sasha. After all, we got all these tanks in range of the tanks, so the chance of a black wave was highly likely next turn, or this turn. And now we've got a pretty sizable conflict there. 2 of Sasha tanks are knocked out. 3rd one gets hit. 4th one gets hit. And that was far better. That must have been a higher luck roll as well. Granted, it was on top of roads rather than plains. I'm curious. Let's see now. When it comes to a full health tank that's on top of plains, it would do 50 to 60 damage, so a max luck roll would actually get an additional point of damage. But if it's on top of a road, and that one went down to 8 health. This one must have hit the infantry units as well. It must have been wounded beforehand, because it was not guaranteed to get a extra point of damage. That one had a fraction of damage onto it. Maybe it was the one that hit the infantry over here. That may be possible. Tank, infantry, battlecopter. Now thinking about it, I don't think there was actually enough energy there charged up for Black Wave. Well, better safe than sorry. And Black Wave right now would have been not half bad. Even up with 8 health tanks and 9 health tank. Not to mention 1 full level damage is always quite nice. It looks like Hawke is losing a decent number of tanks here as well. Right now we do have 107 versus 95, and these values tend to change when it changes turns. Artillery striking, and another market crash there. In this case, it will be fully consumed, so not a bad market crash. So I could have waited till the next turn in order to get the +10/+10. End of turn. Sasha ends turn for 128. Hawke starts turn for 92. So Sasha has a pretty good advantage right now. Recon strikes infantry. Tank strikes tank. The 1 health tank does fall back. Does split up the damage to try and wound everything. Battlecopter does strike, but I believe it's in range in anti-air. Yes, it is. 5 tiles away. Tank recon. So this thing here will get a pretty good shot. And definitely striking this plane cell is probably the best option. After all, it will allow you to get a unit to hit the nearby tanks. You don't need the nearby spaces as well. Medium strikes and 9 health tanks as well. Get a nice 1-2 punch there. Another medium tank advancing. We've got a third medium tank here as well. So we've got heavy armor being deployed in the field. Black boat does go down. And Hawke is getting pretty close to a black wave. If he can squeeze out black wave this turn, he should. Artillery's out of range in medium tank. With the good hits there. Market crash is available. The thing as well, I don't think there's many things who could get engagements on to hit to get a black wave. The only thing that could possibly get is sacking a tank onto the medium tank, which is probably not worth it. Medium tank infantry deploys a medium tank counter medium tank, doesn't realize there's more medium tanks. So I have a feeling there's going to be a market crash return, but before, at the start or end, not sure. Could pop it immediately to get +10/+10. Could, and I don't think it will be full power. There will not be any. There will be leftover energy for Hawke, so it's probably best to use it. Now, depends. You want to keep your own power charge up? It's probably better to get your own power charge up. Goes back to medium tank there and pops a market crash. So it's going to be. Pop it. Oh! Nice precise calculation. Got some damage on in. I didn't realize how close it was. She did store up a little bit of funds there. She's at 27,000, so we may see a Neo Tank or Bomber. She's just definitely gone for Battlecopter, anti-air, tank, and infantry, so no heavy asset. But she has a good number of good core medium tanks in the field. Right now she has 143,000. Hawke's turning for nice even 100,000. And there are units fractional health, so nice even 100,000. But he's behind about a turn or two. Sasha's improved income being very valuable right now. And she also has 2 property advantage as well, so effectively making a 4 property advantage. No big conflict. Double anti-air base skip. Tank strikes the recon. Recon gets MG'd. Does get down. Recon spots and does spot the battlecopter there. Tank strikes the other tank there, trying to soften them up. Anti-air just advancing to provide some coverage, anti-air coverage against this battlecopter. And that's the only battlecopter in the field, so Sasha's getting pretty lucky she spotted that early. Some kills there. I probably would have started capturing while I was trying to finish off 1 health infantry unit there. It's unlikely a 1 health infantry unit would interrupt a infantry capturing this on top of the city. Recon, battlecopter, tank, infantry. So we do have a number of battlecopters being summed out by Sasha. A lot of good kills there by Hawke. Sasha almost has enough for another market crash. She may pop it this turn. If Sasha's not too aggressive this turn, then she could wait till the following in order to maximize this capability. Artillery, infantry. And leaves 2,000 in the bank. Right now her next market crash will cost 28,000, as will the Hawke's power, which is 45, so still pretty cheap to go out the market crash. Gets some interrupts there. Good strike there. That probably will not be clipped. Medium tank on medium tank. Yep, definitely going to be a market crash this turn. If she does not market crash, Hawke must use Black Wave. In fact, immediately is probably the best answer as well. She does pocket market crash there. Artillery, recon, infantry, battlecopter. Hawke does have 2 anti-airs in reserve. Strikes the medium tank there and falls with a good shot. Medium tank, infantry. And this is, I think, the original mech that did strike the pipe seam here. Getting some good hits. Recon's almost out of fuel. Mech does get a good strike there, finish off the tank. Got this artillery piece in range, also low on ammo, so that artillery piece has been quite successful. Spots the artillery and will destroy it, or at least knock it out. Black Wave will likely be summoned this turn, which would be quite nice as a number of wounded tanks you get a little bit of value from. Mech, recon, infantry, and decides to skimp out deploying to avoid the Black Wave repairs. And Hawke definitely needs to eye his Black Wave of soon. Sasha insert of 153, got 93 for Hawke. And it goes up to 98,000, so it did get a decent amount of value recover there. Sasha gets called down to 137, and now let's see how well this goes. Multiple tank strikes there. We do now have a mark crash available. Best save up the power charge. Hawke, of course, gets +10/+10 this turn. Anti-air strikes the mech. Anti-air strikes the artillery. We've got a lot of stuff on the front line for Sasha as well. And this is probably going to be Hawke's only power this entire game. After all, the chance that now Sasha has a full turn to get some power charge going. She has 112 on the field versus Hawke's 110, so she's about a turn ahead, though she did skimp out last turn and has 37,000 in bank. Those are a lot of powerful assets she could go for. Medium tank strikes anti-air, finish off the air of the tank. Anti-air strikes our battlecopter. Medium tank strikes anti-air. Recon finish off anti-air. Infantry, guns, artillery piece. Now her battlecopters can swoop on in. She has multiple battlecopter region, and Hawke has only anti-air back at home. Drop some captures over there. Neo tank, so a lot of mobile assets quickly reinforce the front line. Then some outlying infantry units there, minor victories, and Hawke has resigned. As Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.